Hi, we're going to do our 25-minute bar sequence today. So you're going to need a ball, you're going to need a chair or a countertop, sturdy chair though, and we're going to use light weights, just one set today, 3 pounds. If you got it, if you don't have weights, don't worry about it, you can do the arms without them. So let's get started. We're going to start with ourselves right behind the chair. You can use one hand or you can face the back of the chair. I'm going to stand so I can face you. I'm going to hold the ball, place the ball right above my knees, and hold it there. So let's go down to the feet. So we're going to ground our foundation, lift all 10 toes off the floor, separate your toes, and then squeeze the toes down to the floor. So really grip your surface. Soften your knees a little bit, and then lengthen the tailbone, draw pubic bone to navel in nice and tight. Let's just roll the shoulders back a couple times, and just kind of ground in from center. So again, light hand on your prop, or if you don't want to use it, you don't have to. We'll start out with a little stabilizing first. So you're going to squeeze up on your toes, lift your heels off the floor, squeeze your navel back, find your center, balance for a second or two, and then slowly lower the heels to the floor. So let's do that a couple more times. Lift, squeeze up on the toes, keep your chin parallel to the floor, and then lower down. So again, when you lift, what you want to do is squeeze the ball and draw pubic bone to navel back, and then lower. Good, let's do that a couple more times. So lift, squeeze pubic bone to navel back, engage your seat, so sit bones are squeezing, lift up tall, and then lower. Let's do that, I don't know, how about one more time? Hold it up there, balance for a second or two. Really squeeze everything in, and then lower. Good, okay. So from there, I want you to turn around, and you're going to face the back of your chair. So you want to hold on lightly with both fingers, with your, just kind of your knuckles resting on the back of your chair. Lift up into your releve, line yourself up. So hips right underneath the shoulders. Soften the knees a little bit, lengthen the tailbone, squeeze the sit bones back, pubic bone to navel, nice and strong. You're going to lower down into a little tiny chair and bring your shoulders back. So let's squeeze our belly, and we're going to squeeze down an inch or two. And what you want to do is just find the point where it feels challenging to you, okay? So I'm not going to tuck my hip or anything, I'm just going to keep it neutral. Squeeze the sit bones, hold the ball strongly, pull the belly in, lift the chest up nice and tall, and just hold. Okay, so you're going to squeeze all the way up on the toes, and then lower a couple inches, lower your seat, and hold. Good, let's do that again. Squeeze all the way up on the toes, pull the belly in, lengthen the spine nice and tall, and then lower down slowly into a little chair. Let's do that 2 more times. So lift up tall. Good. Nice tall posture. Sit down a little bit. Hold the ball nice and tight. And then one more time. Lift tall. And then hold it down. Good. So we do little tiny squeeze down. So you're going to press and pulse down. 4, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Inhale up on 1, lower the heels. We're going to transition here into another movement. So I'm going to stand side of the chair. Rest your hand on the chair, or depending on the height of the back, the forearm. You're going to lengthen your outside leg out, standing leg again. The foot is grounded, knee is slightly bent, belly's tight. I'm going to place the ball behind my knee. So let me turn around. So I'm going to place it behind my knee, and I'm going to gently push my leg back a little bit so that my knee comes slightly behind my hip. Okay? Let's start with a flexed foot, and I want you to push the ball against your hamstring. You're going to squeeze down, drawing the knee toward the inside knee, create a little resistance there, and then squeeze up. Okay? So we're going to squeeze down, plie, and then squeeze up, resist, outside thigh, squeeze. Come down and take that other outside thigh, so the standing leg, outside thigh, right leg. Hold that outside thigh strong, and lift. Good. So you're going to go nice and slow, resisting and squeezing, lifting as you go. Good. So let's do 2 more on this side. Nice and slow, squeeze. Good, and then 1 more. Hold it up, hold it up. So let's draw in a little bit. Pubic bone to navel, nice and strong. Now point your toe and push your knee back a little farther. So now you're gonna engage your glute. Draw your navel in, lift up a little tall, and then you're gonna find that pulse in the seat, okay? So it's really small and right centered, right in the center of your seat. Again, the standing leg is, again, grounded, knees slightly bent. Push back. So little squeezes, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. You're gonna hold it on one and squeeze. Beautiful. Now reach down, see if you can hold the ball. So grab the ball, and again, anytime you need it, you're gonna take a little break. Maybe bring your forearm down so that you have a little bit more stability, and you're gonna extend that leg out to the side, okay? So I'm gonna hold my arm, I can hold the ball here at my belly, or I can reach up and then maybe elongate my torso and come up off, hold my hand on the back of my chair and hold it up. Good, so we're gonna lift the outside thigh up for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold it on one and squeeze for 4, 3. Good, bring that leg in very carefully, cross it over. You're gonna sit down low in a figure 4, sit back and stretch. Rotate that ankle, nice big circles. Good, take a big stretch there. Inhale up, shake it out a little bit, and let's switch sides. So bring the chair back over. Good, you're gonna, so stand side. We'll start with our first position, so the ball's gonna go between the calf and the hamstring. Soften the standing leg, pull the belly in nice and tall. So you're gonna lift the leg up, bring the knee slightly behind the hip, flex the foot and hold the ball tight. So I've got my hamstring in contraction, the calf is pressing into, standing leg soft. So I'm gonna squeeze down, bring those knees towards each other, and again, nice strong standing leg. And then squeeze up. Outside thigh faces the ceiling. So ankle, knee, and hip are facing up. You're gonna squeeze down. So you could basically hold a tray or something here, nice and square. So just watch your hip position. Squeeze down, draw in slow. And again, when you lift and lower, you wanna create as much resistance as you are able to. So you squeeze up slow, and you lower down, resist slow. Squeeze up slow, and again, have patience for this slower work. I know it's tough because you just kind of want to get the reps over with, but the slower, more controlled, and more muscle you use, the better results, the stronger you're going to get, and the less likely you will be to injure yourself. So you can spend less time, be safer, and get more benefits from it. Okay, let's do 2 more. So lower, good, and lift. Okay, so hold here, point the toe now, and bring the knee back a little bit farther. So again, your hip might not accommodate this high of a lift. It might have to be lower. So just adjust it to wherever your hip lets you, because everybody has a little different bone structure. So just accommodate to where it's comfortable for your hip, okay? I'm gonna lift, point back. So what I'm looking for now is glute. So when I push back, what I wanna feel is glute. I do not wanna feel my lower back. I wanna feel my glute engage. Right in the maximus, so in the center. I'm gonna feel that right at the top of the hamstring, and you're gonna squeeze back. Now here I think I'm going to put my hand, other hand, on your support, just to keep your integrity up, stabilize yourself. And you're squeezing back, teeny tiny squeezes, nice and strong through the seat. The rest of the body, again, standing leg is soft. Knee is bent, foot is grounded. Let's push back for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Now hold it on 1. See if you can reach your hand down there. Hold the ball, right? And maybe extend out. right to the side. Okay, bring the ball forward, hold, lift up. If you can, don't have to. We're gonna lift for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and hold it on one extension. Hold that leg strong, support with your torso for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Cross, figure 4. Sit low, stretch. Yikes, that's always hard. Big breath. Whew. Okay, shake that leg out a little bit. Shake them both out. Have a little quadricep stretch. Each side. Give yourself a little stretch. Good, a little hamstring stretch. Hold on to the chair. Sit back, flex that foot. And switch. Good. Awesome. Okay. So we're gonna do arms. I'm gonna grab my 3-pound weights. And sorry, I'm gonna disrobe. Not all the way. Just this shirt. I don't need that right now. I've gotten warm. So let's use our, again, I'm just using 3 pounds. You can easily do these arms without weights, but I am gonna use my ball. So the ball is gonna go between your thighs. And basically I just want the ball here to keep the deep core line connected. So we're still using our core, still strengthening the legs, still using the abdominal and back muscles, okay? So belly tight, lift the 10 toes again, squeeze the pinky toe, the base of the pinky toe, base of the big toe and center of the heel down to the mat. Lengthen the toes out, soften the knees a little bit, roll the shoulders back. Good. So light grip on your weights. So maybe fingertips extended. So to bring the arms up into field goal post. So straight up from the shoulder to start. Lengthen the elbow just slightly below the shoulder and take a big breath here. So we're going to breathe. Inhale and exhale. And again, when you exhale, you activate the exhale and draw pubic bone to navel in. Okay, so we're going to squeeze and hold. You're going to squeeze out slow. And then you're going to squeeze in back to your field goal post. Okay, so you're going to squeeze out slow. And then squeeze in slow. Good. So again, resistance out. Almost all the way, but not quite. Hold the ball and pull it in. Good. So exhale on the exertion, blow the air out, squeeze the belly in, draw it in nice and slow. Good. Let's do 2 more. Out, hold it, chin lifted, up, 1 more, squeeze it out, really contract, getting a little bit of that bicep, shoulder blades down and back. Squeeze it up. Okay, so now you're going to push your right arm up like you're touching the ceiling and then squeeze it down. Push, left arm, and then squeeze it down. Good. So again, you're going to use as much resistance as you can, pushing up like the air is really thick and you got to squeeze through it to lift and lower. Up and slowly down. Good. Up and slowly down. Awesome. 1 more time on each side. Nice and slow. 1 more. Good. Hold it here. Now turn the palms toward you. Bring your arms to 45 degrees. So now slightly in front of the shoulder. Good. We're going to squeeze up and lower below the shoulder. Good. Squeeze up and lower. So again, belly is activated here. Squeeze up and lower. Good. Squeeze up and lower. Now hold it here, hold it here, hold it here. Turn those palms towards each other. Squeeze back. Okay? So you're going to bring it in, squeeze the elbows in, see if you can get your wrists together, and hold it, and squeeze for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Open back out. Awesome. Again, bend the left arm in, right arm extends. Bend, opposite side. Good, do that again. And again, if you want to put the weights down, go for it. We're almost there. Try to keep that neck nice and long. Okay, bring the arms in, scoop. So now I'm going to point my thumbs toward the floor, kind of round out, so draw everything in, nice open circle in front of you, and then squeeze out, belly tight. So you're going to squeeze in, we're going to releve, hold the ball tight, and then open, lower the heels. Good. So squeeze in, if you can, come up on your toes, squeeze the ball, pull your belly in, and then open out. Good, 2 more times. Squeeze in, hold, balance, and lower 1 more time. Squeeze in, lift up on your toes, hold the weights in front of you for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, lower down. Okay, put the weights on the floor. Shake out your arms a little bit. In fact, let's take the fingertips on the shoulders. Big circles back. Good. Okay, so let's get on the floor for our plank. So ball's gonna go right where it's been, right between the inner thighs. Keep that core connection going, nice strong belly. Come onto your forearms. Fingertips spread. The middle finger is coming straight from the center of the forearm here. So you want to see a nice straight line. Spread the fingers and kind of press your thumbs and pinky fingers into the floor. Hold the ball tight. Pull your shoulder blades apart a little bit, so create a little bit of a cat back. And then squeeze that lower belly up, tuck the toes. Okay? So when you're ready, we're going to lift the knees up and walk back. Now, you always have the go-to to drop your knees here and work on your lifting your belly and holding it strongly, building your strength, okay? So let's lift up and hold, big breath, lengthen the crown of the head forward, okay? So we're going to squeeze to the right, dip the hips slowly, come back to center. Squeeze to the left, dip the hips slowly, back to center. Squeeze the ball. Squeeze to the right, dip the hips slowly, slightly, back to center. Squeeze to the left. So again, I'm just doing slow hip dips, back to center. Squeeze to the right, back to center, hold. Good, squeeze to the left, back to center, hold. Squeeze that ball. Squeeze to the right, back to center, hold. 1 more. Squeeze to the left, back to center, hold, and hold it for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Knees softly to the floor. Walk your hands back, place the ball in front of you, and I want you to sit your hips back into child's pose. So toes together, knees apart. Find your breath. So stay here in child's pose for another couple full deep breaths in and out through the nose, so nice ujjayi breath. Let the hips release back to the heels even more, and keep breathing into the back of the body and restore a little bit, recover a little bit, counter pose from that plank. Okay, so we're going to continue on. Next set with legs. So we're not going to use our chair for this sequence, but I'm going to use the ball, okay? So we're going to start with your feet hip distance apart. So you're going to stand toward the front of your mat. Take your right foot back, and we're going to lower into a lunge position. So the front knee's over the ankle, the back knee slightly bent, right underneath the hip, belly's tight, pubic bone to navel zipped in tight. We're going to hold the ball. Okay, so we're going to inhale up, you're going to lower the back knee toward the floor. So you're going to lower and lift, squeeze it up. Good. So you're going to lower and then squeeze it up. Now if you wanted to, if you needed for stability to use the chair, you could just put the ball down, hold the back of the chair with both hands, and lower and lift. Okay, either way is fine. You're going to squeeze up and squeeze. So lower, good, and lift. Again, nice and slow, using as much muscle as you can. Lower and lift. Good. Lower and lift. We're going to do 2 more. Lower and lift. 1 more. Lower and lift. Beautiful. Okay. So now we're going to take that a little farther. So I'm going to take it into a little balancing. So I'm just going to step back. So I'm going to keep my legs in the same position. Now this time I'm going to lift the back leg up, flex that foot. See if I can tip forward, stabilize, square my shoulders and my hips toward the floor. The back foot, the pinky toe, is pointing toward the floor. So you keep that hip square. Keep the ball at your heart and then squeeze up, lengthen that leg forward. Beautiful. So let's do that again. Bring it back, square, flex, extend that leg, soften the standing leg, ground the foot, keep the navel pulled in, pubic bone to navel up, sit bone squeezing back, hips square. Good. Now squeeze up slow, flex the foot, forward and hold. Good. 1 more time. So you're going to slowly make your way back, flex, square the shoulders, square the hips, hold the ball to your heart. Now point the toe and squeeze your booty like crazy, okay? And hold it for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, inhale up. And bring it back. Good, shake it out a little bit. A little stretch. So again, you can use the chair if you need to, for sure. Obviously, away from the chair is just much more difficult. It's totally up to you. And again, where your strength is at right now. So just be mindful of that. Good. Shake it out a little bit. Let's do the other side. So this time I'm going to step back with the other foot. Find your lunge. So we're going to take the back knee directly underneath this hip. You're going to inhale up, knee over ankle, and lower. Good. Lift up, nice and slow. Good. What I mean is arms up, legs down. Oh yeah. Squeeze. Woo. Lower. Good. 2 more. Straight down and straight up. The weight is evenly distributed between both legs. 1 more. Good. Okay. Bring that ball to your heart. Flex the back foot. Soften the front leg a little bit. Ground that standing leg. Lift the back foot off the floor. And again, if you wanted to right here, grab the chair. Okay? Square your hip to the floor. Ball can stay. And again, if you're using the chair, just put the ball down. We're going to tip forward, square your hips, square your shoulders. Point the pinky toe toward the floor and hold. And then squeeze up, flex your foot forward. Hold it. Good. I'm just going to move back a step here. So let's do that again. Back foot extends, flex it. Tip. Standing leg is soft. The knee is bent, the foot is grounded. Hips are square, sit bone squeezing. Pubic bone to navel zipped. Shoulders square to the floor. Come on up. Flex and hold. Is anybody else's glutes burning? Yes? Standing leg. Burning, burning. Okay, let's do the other, let's do it again. Flex, square. Good. Slowly come up. Flex it forward. Whoo, hold it. Okay, let's do it 1 more time. Square back. Square yourself. Back pinky toe points toward the floor. Hold it. Good. Now point the toe and squeeze and hold it as strong as you can for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome job. That was hard. Flex. Good. Sit down. Circle your ankle a couple times. And again, that was challenging if you use the chair or not, I'm sure. Flex the foot, sit back, stretch the hamstrings, and then give your quads a little stretch, right and left. Good, so let's do some triceps. So again, you need your ball. We're gonna do tabletop. So place the ball between your knees again, same spot. We're going to keep that core connected, trunk is nice and stable and strong. Come down onto your hands and knees. We're going to hold the 3-pound weight. So make yourself a nice strong table, pivot bone to table drawn up. Bring that right arm back, palm open to the ceiling and extend your fingers. Draw that weight a little bit away on a diagonal away from you. Look straight down once you got it and square your shoulders. So breathe here, nice big inhales and exhales. Hold your base nice and stable and find your tricep. So you're looking for, in your awareness, if you close your eyes, just imagine your tricep. Maybe picture a little bullseye there. And focus on keeping it nice and strong, nice and contracted. So when we lift, we're going to squeeze up from that nice strong place and lower a little. Squeeze up and lower a little. Squeeze up and lower a little. Good, 4 more. Squeeze up and lower a little. Squeeze up and lower a little. 2 more. Squeeze up and lower a little. 1 more. Squeeze up and lower a little. Now hold it. Turn your pinky finger toward the ceiling. Little teeny tiny pulse for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Bend that elbow. Sit back on your heels. Give yourself a tricep stretch. Good. Bring your arms across your body. Give yourself a little hug. And let's switch sides. So tabletop. I'm going to do cupcake fingers here for this hand just to keep the weight out of my wrist a little bit and strengthen my fingers and my hand. So you're going to bring your arm up, hold the ball nice and strong between the inner thighs, pubic bone to navel pulled up tight, and again, sit bones are engaged, so the trunk is still really stable. Bring the arm up on a diagonal, palm open, fingertips extended. Square your shoulders to the floor and look straight down, okay? Close your eyes, big breath. Focus on your tricep. Whatever visually works for you, find that little muscle in the back of the arm, focus on it. Good, we're gonna squeeze straight up, so you're gonna push up 8 and lower. Good. 7 and lower, nice and slow, nice and controlled. 6 and lower. 5 and lower. 4 and lower. 3 and lower. Good. 2 and lower. 1 and lower. Now turn that pinky finger toward the ceiling, reevaluate everything. So hold the ball tight, pubic bone to navel zips, shoulders square, lengthen the crown of the head forward. We're going to pulse for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Lower down. Tricep stretch. Now, of course, you have a couple options with that. You could easily do that without weights. And again, really it's your own concentration and resistance that is helping create this muscle contraction. But you also have the option, if you wanted to go up to 5s, you can absolutely try it. And just do as many as you can with 5s and then put those down. Good, give yourself a hug across, one arm on top of the other, open the chest and switch. Okay, so last sequence for today is abs. So a little bit core. So we're going to sit up with the ball behind the back, okay? So you're gonna give a little support to the lower back here. Sit bones on the floor, feet hip distance apart, and again, lift your toes and then squeeze your toes to the mat. So as soon as I do that little squeeze down there, I feel my core, my belly, my deep little belly muscles contract back. So focus on, see if you can connect down to your feet and then strengthen all the way up through the legs, okay? So you're gonna tip back a little bit, chest open. You have the option here of keeping the hands on the floor, fingertips on the floor. So if you're building strength and this feels not so great on your lower back, in fact, if you ever feel your lower back, it's time to put your hands on the floor, but really it's probably time to just come down on the floor, flat on your back, and just take a break, knees to chest, okay? So lift up tall, bring your hands to your chest, lengthen back until you find your abdominals, and then you're gonna connect there. So chin parallel, take a big breath here, squeeze everything. So squeeze pubic bone to navel, squeeze the feet to the floor, big toes down, nice strong legs. We're gonna do teeny tiny crunches. So the strongest, smallest crunch you can do. So you're gonna lower back a little, squeeze, find that crunch, hold the crunch, right? Breathe, and then lift teeny tiny bit away from it. So you just squeeze back, exhale, exhale, right? Draw the navel in, lift a teeny tiny bit. So when you lower back, squeeze, exhale, blow the air out. Lift up the tiniest bit. Good. Keep going, squeeze back. Really squeeze back, strong as you can. Even if you sometimes I like to just look down, it helps me connect to the muscles that I'm trying to get to activate, okay? So feel free to do that. Unless it starts feeling terrible on your neck, and of course, lift your chin back up again. Now hold it. Good. Nice and strong, really looking down, concentrating, and then squeeze up a little. Good. Squeeze back. Activated exhale, lift up. Good. Squeeze back, activated exhale. Lift up. Good. One more time. Squeeze back. Hold it here. Really squeeze back. Now do the teeniest, tiniest abdominal pulse that you can do. So you're going to squeeze. Really tiny. You can see I'm barely moving here, but I'm really focused on right here, pubic bone to navel. Sit bone squeezing to the floor. Feet strong to the floor. Activating my navel as strong as I can without a lot of movement. So lots of focus. Squeeze, 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 squeeze for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold it on 1. Big breath. Hold the squeeze, turn to the right. Hold the squeeze, turn center. Hold the squeeze, turn to the left, but don't hold your breath. Come back to center. Squeeze. And hold that belly as strong as you can for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome job. Fingertips to the floor. Keep the ball underneath you and lay down, okay? So place the ball underneath your sit bones, and then lengthen your legs one at a time. Let your toes fall out. Reach your arms over your head and just let your body relax. So let's take a couple breaths here. And maybe just side to side, a little tiny, if that feels good to you. And just breathe into this nice open torso now. Just allowing everything to open up again from all that contraction. Big breath. So nice big inhales and exhales through the nose. Nice ujjayi breath. Good. And we're just going to finish up this counter stretch here with one more piece. So walk your feet in one at a time. Lift up a little bit into bridge. Take the ball out from behind you. Bring your hands by your sides, feet flat to the floor, and then you're going to slowly roll down one vertebra at a time from your bridge. And then one at a time, bring your knees into the floor. And again, we're going to keep our tailbone on the floor. So don't pull yourself into a little ball and pull that tailbone up. So this is actually a practice for a squat, so it's a really good position for your back. So bring your hands in and just hold your knees comfortably. Take a big breath here. Good. And then slowly lower your feet. Cross one ankle over the knee. Bring that knee in, and again, either interlace your fingers behind your hamstring or come over your shin. Rotate that ankle, point the toe, and circle in both directions. And then slowly draw that foot to the floor. Switch sides. So now you're going to bring the other ankle in, interlace either around the hamstring or here and circle in both directions. Good. And then lower down. Good. Knees either roll onto your right side, cross your ankles, fingertips under your knees. And again, continue stretching as long as you'd like. And that's our barre sequence for today. See you guys next week.